It's no surprise by now that getting lean or achieving any kind of body transformation, it's tough and it's difficult. It's a real reality, but the thing is, only seeing it in that light is what adds on to that, and it makes it harder than it really needs to be. And if you're familiar with sales, you probably heard that one quote that you got to sell them the vacation and not the flight. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. I'm going to show you how to sell yourself the vacation of getting lean rather than being focused on the flight, which is just all the grueling things that come with it. So many people, myself included, make this getting lean thing or achieving any type of body transformation so much harder than it has to be, simply due to the fact that we're expecting it to be hard, which it is. But when we put our mind to what we're doing as in labeling it as hard or difficult or draining or whatever, we associate this whole action, this whole everything we're doing in order to get this goal as difficult and tough, and it makes it just a little bit harder to do. And this is a subconscious thing that we all do. And when we stay with this level of thinking toward our goal, we just kind of resent it because we're thinking about we associate it with hard things, with difficult, all these words in our mind that just label it as this is tough, this is hard, I don't want to do this, this workout is hard, I don't want to eat this, there's so much temptation. And we're just screwing ourselves. So really the main thing is just flipping that switch. And it's not kind of woo-woo-y or woo-wah, but it's a real conscious thing of looking forward to the action items that are required of you. In this example, let's say getting lean. You have to eat at a deficit, which is probably your planned meals. You got to work out when you said you're going to work out. And you got to sleep when you said you're going to sleep. So in changing your way of thinking and viewing this whole process as the vacation, or think of it as each action item is leading you towards the vacation. So every time you sleep, every time you eat that meal, every time you go to the gym session, you're getting closer and closer. You see what you're becoming. And it helps also to just visualizing what you're going to look like when you're lean. And you kind of got to be a little tapped in the head, and you move through life with each action item, and instead of seeing it as draining or hard or difficult or taking away from my life, it's one step closer to where I'm going to be. It's one step closer to the end goal. It's one step closer to where I envision myself and I could be. And it just makes each action item have positive reinforcement, positive meaning, getting you towards where you want to go ultimately. And this is a superpower, and I use it through my pass cut, where every single day I just look forward to the action items. Okay, eat, train hard, sleep. And I would find joy in them because I knew while doing them, especially while working out, looking at myself in the mirror, I know that with each single day passing, I'm at the vacation. And especially getting lean period is only a set period of time, right? It's either from 1 to 12 weeks. So you know at the end of those 12 weeks or whatever it is, that you are going to have what you set out to get to, so long as you're doing the right information. And you can use what I'm teaching you in this video to help you get through it. But if you don't have the right information, or you don't know exactly what you're doing, and if you don't have a solid plan for yourself, then it's not going to help as much as you think it is. And I literally have a whole video series on this channel. I'll put a link in the description that just tells you guys exactly how to get lean from step 1 to step 6 or whatever they are, for literally step by step guiding you, holding your hand through the process from creating a plan to the actual information you need to literally just everything. Either way, go check that out, because if you just have this piece of information but you don't have the actual information that you really need, you're not going to be successful. But either way, back to this. Once you switch that view, it just makes things, it makes each action item have less resistance. So there's not so much drainage with each action item, because you've changed the way you looked at it. And I know I mentioned this before, but I'm just reiterating here. You made it mean something positive, instead of seeing it as the drainage, the flight, the small tight spaces. It's another stepping stone, another brick placed towards the vacation, and you're essentially there already. And there's just so much more smaller things. I know I already mentioned, like just looking at yourself in the mirror, seeing yourself get leaner by the day, viewing each and every meal that you eat as a stepping stone to you getting to where you want to be. And every time you sleep, knowing that the next day you get to do it all over again. The next day that it's just another opportunity for you to crush it and get to the vacation. This was just a quick one, but it's just something so small that's so huge that once you change this, you actually look forward to doing the things. And you understand that everything you're doing right now is necessary and there's no way around it in order to get to your goal. But it's simply just a process that must be followed. And when you view the things in this light rather than dark and rather than shying away from them, it's like a superpower. You look forward to the things. You want to do the work. You want to eat the meals. You want to train hard because you know what's at the end of there. And especially, like I said, if you're following everything, you have an actual plan in place and you have it planned from week 1 to week 12, you are going to get to your dream results. And it's not going to be a surprise. Either way, guys, that was a quick one. This is Achilles here. Hopefully that helped in some way, help you just make the path a little bit more easier because this has changed the game for me. And it allowed me to get super lean and just let things run on autopilot. But either way, guys, just going to wrap it up. Have a good one.